Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I will show you a concept for an expert advisor that can never lose. Okay, so it will be a fun video I guess, because the concept or the idea behind this EA, it's nothing fancy but it's just a fun thing to explore, let's say. Yeah, so on my screen I have this chart, and first of all I will try to demonstrate or to explain the idea on this chart, and then I will go to my MT5 and I will create the expert advisor based on this idea, and then we will test it together. Okay, so let's get to it. So let's say that you have two price levels. So this is first price level. So just one thing, I am not good with this program, so I will try my best, but yeah, so okay, so this should be okay. Okay, so this is the first price level. This is the second price level, and let's just say that the distance between these two price levels is 200 points. Okay, so what happens now is that the price, for example, goes and it goes above the first price level. So what happens now is that we open a buy position with the lot size of 0.01. So this is basically the minimum lot size we can open or we can use, and therefore we will use it. So now there are basically two things that can happen. So the first thing is that the price can continue in the initial direction, therefore upwards, and in this case we would profit from this, yeah, because we are opening buy position, so we want the price to go upwards. So that's the case number one. The second thing that can happen is that it can go back, so it can go down, and in that case we will lose, okay, because yeah, we would be in a drawdown. So now this is basically where this concept comes in, okay? So let's just stick to the initial idea of opening a buy position of 0.01. So this buy position has a stop loss of 200 points, which will be the same as the distance between these two prices, okay? So the stop loss is at this level number 2. And the take profit, in this case, we don't care about the take profit that much, but let's just say that the take profit is, I don't know, 100 points. So let's just do something like this. Let me just, okay, I think 3 pixels should be okay. And let's just, I don't know, do something. So let's use some visible color, so this should be okay. So this is basically take profit, yeah, so let's just type perfect. So let's try one more time. Let's just type take profit here. Perfect. So this is our take profit, and let's just do the same thing on the other side as well. Sorry, I should have done this before I started the video, but as you know, I don't prepare these videos. Let's say it's just something that I think about. I think about a concept and then I go and shoot it, okay, or record it. Okay, so with this buy position there are two things that can happen. We can either hit our take profit or we can hit our stop loss, which is right here. If we take our take profit, everything's good and we don't have to worry about anything. But what happens if we basically hit our stop loss? So the stop loss is right here, so let's just say that the price goes somewhere here and we hit our stop loss. So if this happens, in this case we are negative 200 points with 0.01, okay? So this is basically what happens if we hit the the stop loss here, okay? So now what we basically have to do is that here we have to open a sell position, okay? So we open sell position. And now the important part is that we have to open a sell position with the size of 2 times the previous position, okay? So it's 0.02, okay? So now we basically have 2 times larger position than was the initial position. Okay, and then there are two things that can happen. We can either hit stop loss, so the price can go back up and hit this level, which is stop loss, or it can continue going downward and hit our take profit of 100 points as we declared before. Okay, so let's just say what will happen if we hit the stop loss or hit the take profit of 100 points. Okay, so let's just say that the price continues to go down and we hit this level. So if the price does this, then we are plus 100 points with 0.02 lots. Okay, let me just highlight it as green. Okay, so now if we sum up both of these figures with the lot sizing, yeah, then we are basically at let's say then we are at how to say it. Then basically we have a loss of 200 points and a win of 200 points because we have 0.02 lots. So we basically multiply this value times 2 and we have the same points as here. Okay, so at this point we are not making any money, we are not losing any money. Okay, so if we would want to profit from this, we just have to make the take profit a little bit larger, for example 110 points, and in that case we would profit 10 points with 0.2 lots. Okay, so I hope that's clear. But also for sure what can happen is that the price will go back here. Okay, so what happens here is that we close the sell position because it hits its stop loss, which is at this point, and we open another buy position, as you could have guessed. Okay, so buy 0.0 and now it's 4. Okay, so we multiply the previous lot size, which is 0.02, so now we get 0.04. So what happens now is that, can I erase this or can't I? Let me try to, okay, perfect, I can erase this, perfect. So now what happened is that the price, so now we have negative 200 points with 0.02. So now if I convert this, basically we are 500 points, 500 points in negative. Yeah, and now there's one thing I did wrong here because I'm just so used to martingale system. It's not going to be 0.04 as it would be with traditional martingale. What we have to do now, we have to also make up for the loss of the first one. So now what we will do is that we will basically sum these two lot sizes together, which is 0.03, and then we will multiply that by 2. So now we have 6. Perfect. Let me try one more time. 6. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, so now we are working with by 0.06. So now we either hit take profit, and in that case we profit, or we lose, and in that case we have to open a sell position with 0.18 lot size. So it's 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 6 is 9 times 2 is 18, which is 0.18. And yeah, so this is the concept. This is basically how it works. We multiply, we sum up and multiply, and yeah, basically that's it. The important thing is that when doing something like this, you have to calculate the take profit and stop losses yeah, you have to calculate the take profit and stop losses right, yeah, because it's very easy like to miscalculate something in something like this, and then it won't be profitable anymore. But yeah, I will show you everything in the video, or not in the video, but in the coding part of this video. Okay. So yeah, I guess we can start with the coding part. So let's go here. This is my MQL5 IDE. I will go to my YouTube folder, and let's create a new file, and let's call this. Let's call this. I don't know. EA. No. Never lose EA. Something like this. And let's click on next, and finish. So first of all, I'll just change the font size. And now let's think about what we have to do first. Of course, first steps are, come on, because this should be okay. Probably, let me just check my camera. Yeah, this should be okay. Okay, so first of all, we have to declare ask and bid prices as usual. Then we have to include the trade/trade.mqh library and create an instance of this. Let's call it trade. So far so good. I don't know if it's, come on. Well, the thing is that basically the wire that connects this webcam to my computer is below my keyboard. So when I basically type on my keyboard, I also move the wire. Therefore, the scope of the camera changes. Okay, so it like moves like this, and so sorry for that. But anyway, you are here for the coding part. Okay, so after this, what I have to do is that I have to declare some inputs. Okay, so input, let's create first simple input. Let's call this initial lot size, or initial lots, which will be equal to 0.01. This is basically the lot size that we will use for this first trade. Yeah, so that's that. And after this, I have to create take profit points. Let's say this will be equal to 200, and input double stop loss points, which will be equal to 500. Let's do it like this. One thing I would like to tell you, this is not the most precise way to do this strategy. Yeah, the most precise way would be to calculate the best take profit and stop loss ratio, and then use that. Okay, so that will be the best case, and then you can basically like increase your chances. I won't be doing this in the actual coding part, because first of all, right now I don't know how I would do it. Of course, I'm sure that there is a way how to do this, but I just don't know the way. And what we will do then, basically, we will optimize the EA, and optimizing EA will basically give us the best settings. So we can basically avoid the difficult part, and then by using optimization, we can figure out the best take profit and stop losses. Okay, so yeah, so by this being said, let's go back and let's continue. Is there anything else I need to declare, or I need to create an input for? I think not, because this is everything we need. So then let's go on tick function. Let's also delete on the init function, as we don't need it. Let's just delete all of this, and let's work here. So first of all, ask is equal to symbol info double symbol ask, and bid is equal to symbol info double symbol and symbol bid. Perfect. So now what we have to start with is something like this. Okay, so we will start, let's call this a cycle, okay? So when I say cycle, I mean that we opened a buy position or sell position, the initial position, okay? So we opened an initial position and we are in this cycle. So first of all, we have to start the cycle, okay? So let's create Boolean variable called cycle active, which will be initially equal to false. So now let's say if cycle active is equal to false and positions total is equal to 0, so basically the positions total is just like secondary requirement just to check that there is no open position, therefore there is no cycle. So let's just do that. So if cycle is not active, let's activate the cycle. Okay, so now we have to open that first position. And opening first position, it can be either buy or sell position. It really doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, so let's just go for buy position. So trade, buy. So volume is initial lots, symbol is symbol, price is ask price, stop loss is ask price minus the stop loss points times point, and take profit is ask price plus take profit points times point. And let's just give it a comment of initial, just initial. Okay, so now let's create a few variables in here. Variables that will basically help us to keep track of things. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's create this and let's say last position type. Okay, so in here we will basically keep track of which position we opened as last one. So if we opened buy position, so then last position type is equal to 1. Okay, then we also need to check whether we closed the latest position with profit or with loss. So if you think about it, basically if you open this position and this position loses, so it hits stop loss, then we open a sell position and then buy position and then sell position. So basically we are opening positions as long as the newest one doesn't hit take profit. And when it does hit take profit, we basically close the cycle because we hit our take profit, therefore we made up for those losses. Okay, so let's also create last account balance is equal to 0. Okay, and now let's create here account balance is equal to account info double account balance. So why are you doing this? So basically if the current balance is lower than the last account balance, then we lost that position. Because if we talk about the balance, it basically updates after we either after we close the position, and if it increases then we hit take profit, if it decreases we hit stop loss. So this will be basically our way of spotting or figuring out whether we hit take profit or stop loss. So with this initial position we basically update the last account balance to the account balance, and that's it for now. Perfect. So now, you know what, I'll just delete this and I will do one if statement above this basically. So if positions total is equal to 0, because basically if you think about this first requirement applies to all of those positions, because we won't have two positions at a time, we will be only working with one position. Yeah, so this is okay right here. So if cycle is not active, we open by position. So now else if cycle is active and account balance is below the last account balance. So basically what we are saying here is that we opened a cycle and we lost a position, okay? Then open additional position. Okay, so now we need one more variable, so lots sum. So basically we will sum up all of those used lot sizes in here, and we will use this information basically to open higher lot sizes. So now we just say lots sum plus equals initial lots. Perfect. So now in this case basically there are two scenarios, or there's one scenario, but we have to check what was the previous position. So if last position type is equal to 1, so if we open by position, open cell. Else if last position type is equal to -1, which will be basically used for cell positions, then we say open by position. Okay, so far so good. So let's open cell position. So trade cell volume. So now very important thing is to basically, okay, so now how to do this. Well, I think I don't have to think about this that hard, because let's do lot sum. So this is for summing up all of those lot sizes, and then also create a new variable called last lot. Okay, so just keep track of this information as well. So last lot for initial position is initial lots. That makes sense. So now basically what we want to do here is that we have to, so what will be the lot size for this? So of course it should be lot sum times 2. Yeah, I guess so. Let's try this. So lot sum times 2. So symbol. So if this is now we are dealing with cell position. Okay, so bit plus stop loss points times point, and bit minus take profit points times point. Perfect. So this is okay. So now what we have to do is that we have to say that loss sum plus equals loss sum times 2. Because now basically what we are saying is that we will add to this the current lot sizing. Okay, so now we use lot sum times 2. So this is basically our current lot size. So we take this current lot size and we add it to this lot sum variable. So this should be okay. Should be, I'm not sure, but should be. Now just do the same thing. So last position type is equal to -1, and last account balance is equal to account balance. So now I guess we can do all of these things, or I can just copy and paste them here. And now I just can take this, paste it here, replace the lot size, and just delete the comment, I guess. Perfect. So now basically this should take care of opening and closing positions. Now we have to detect when we hit a take profit, therefore we close the cycle. So this will be very, very important. So if cycle is active and account balance is higher than last account balance, so basically we hit take profit, let's just say cycle is active is equal to false. Let's say that lots sum is equal to 0, and I think we should be okay. So let's try this. So let's just find YouTube folder, never lose EA, and let's test this out. So I will go to 50-minute time frame, and now this might not be profitable simply because the take profit to stop loss ratio might not be the correct one. But now I'm just interested in knowing whether the logic behind this is as it should be. So we open buy position 0.01, this is correct. Take profit here, stop loss somewhere down below. So let's just see what will happen. So perfect. So we close buy position, we open new buy position, we close that buy position, we open new buy position. So far there's nothing difficult. Okay, so now this is interesting. So what happens here? Okay, so this is very very messy, let's say. So we open buy position. Let's just try to figure this out. If we don't, then no worries, I will continue with the backtest. Okay, so what happened here? Buy position here, close buy position here. I think this sell position was a profit. So we close the profit here, we open buy position here. I'm not sure. Let's just continue because that was very, very, very messy scenario. Let's just try to find something more clean. But so far it looks like the price continues to go in our favor. Okay. This is really strange. Okay, so now we have buy position. Now please hit this lower. Okay, this is, the price continues to go up, and this is not something that I want because I want to test the EA. But it seems like we are on opening buy position. So why is that? Let me just try to backtest this just to see the backtest. So we only open buy position, so this is not correct. So let's go back and let's see what basically happened here. Got it. I did not update the last cycle active, so cycle active is true, therefore yeah, now it looks much more better. So now it should basically work correctly. So let's, and you know what, let's just increase the take profit to 500 points as well. So by doing this, we basically make sure that the EA will be profitable, and that also we will like have more space to figure out what's happening on our chart. So let's just test this, and I will also, I guess, move it here so you can see it clearly. Okay, I hope this is okay for you. So yeah, so this is what I want to see. So we open buy position, we close buy position with loss, we open sell position with double the lot size, we hit take profit, we end the cycle, we open new buy position. So this is exactly what I want to see. Perfect. So buy position, buy position loss, sell position. So now we are entered sell position, which is also going to lose, hopefully. And now we open buy position with 0.06 lot size, which is perfect. And now we hit take profit and we close the cycle and the open new one. Yeah, so this seems really nice. So once again, buy position, sell position loss. So buy position 0.06, which is going to be profit and we close the cycle. Okay, so this works. This works, and if I basically just like okay, so what happened there? There are some, yeah, there's not enough money in there. Okay, so let's try 300 points, I guess. Okay, so this looks okay, but this shouldn't be okay because we should have enough capital to basically okay, so let's just okay, so what's happening? Okay, so so obviously this does works as it should be working. If I decrease this lot take profit to like 100, it won't be profitable because of the ratio. If I decrease this to 100, now it will be profitable. Yeah, so you can see. So it's also about the ratio. Now the question is, because here when I explained the idea, originally my idea was to double the previous lot size. Of course, this is not a correct formula because we would not cover for all of those previous losses, but on the other hand, we would also use lower lot sizes. So we would basically lose a bit, but we would use lower lot size. Therefore, we wouldn't risk not having enough capital to open additional positions that much. So let's just think about this. Okay, so if we go with the sum lots, so we start with 0.01, then 0.02, then we sum both of these up and we go with 0.06, then we go with 0.18, then we go for, so 8, 2, so this is like 2.7, so this should be 0.54, and you can see that now basically the steps here are really huge. So now basically the next lot size is going to be 0.54 plus 18 plus 0.6 plus 0.2 plus 0.1, which will be, so this is 64, 72, 78, 80, 81 times 2. Yeah, so this is 0.81 times 2, which will be equal to 1.62, which is a huge lot size. So this is with summing up the lots. So now if we will just double the lot size, so 0.01, 0.02, 0.04, 0.08 times 2, 0.16, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.32. So you can see that here basically this is the 5th or 6th position, and for the 6th or 5th position we use lot size of 1.62, and here we only use lot size position of 0.32, which is significantly lower number, as you can see. Of course, the downfall of this is that we would basically cover the loss only for the previous position, so only for the 0.16, partially also cover for 0.08, maybe for 0.04, but basically we would not cover the loss for all of these positions. So some of these positions would be losing. But I guess the downside of this is much smaller than using something like this and basically running out of the margin by the 8th position. Yeah, what I can of course do is that I can just go to that initial thing, so 500. So if I run this, you can see that we hit this thing. So what I can just simply do is that I can just increase this number of deposit to something crazy, and then you can see that this is profitable. Yeah. So it's about how much capital you are working with, but I guess none of you will have this amount of money. I think like 100k. Let's try 100k with this formula. Yeah, and you can see the same thing happens here. So now let's just quickly change this code to basically double the previous lot size. And yeah, not sum it up. Let me just check how long this video is. 35 minutes. That's quite alright. So there are few things we have to do. We work with lot sum. Now we have to work with last lot. So last lot is equal to initial lots. So now basically this will be last lot times 2, and let's say last lot is equal to last lot times 2. Yeah. So I guess this should take care of this. So now basically we will be losing a little bit more. But let's see what the upside of this is. Yeah, so this is the upside. So you can see that we are losing sometimes, but basically we do a good job covering most of the losses. So in my opinion, this should be even, or it could be even better way. So now if I decrease the take profit points, now of course we will cover even less of the losses, so the graph will look like this. This is of course because of the ratio. So if I decrease this 200 points as well, you can see now it's a straight line. So now let's just go here and let's test basically which option is the best option. So let's do start 50 points, increase by 50, let's go to 1000, and now I think we can do the same thing right here. So let's just backtest this and see which combination is the most profitable. Seems like, yeah, so let's just wait for a while. And yeah, we are finished. Okay, so let's sort these results by the highest profit. And it seems like this is pretty nice. Yeah, so yeah, but it has high drawdown. So let's go with something like this. Okay, so it looks like this is the most profitable setting. Yeah, so now how is it possible that with using the initial lot size of 0.01 we could get something with the profit of, for example, 60k? So the idea is simple. Basically, as we continue with the cycle, we basically double the lot size, and with correct take profit to stop loss ratio, here you can see that the take profit is almost 3 times as high as stop loss points. You basically get to the point where the multiplication of the lot size works for you and not against you. Okay, so if you use high enough take profit points compared to the stop loss points, basically the lot size tends to multiply your profits instead of multiplying your losses. So that's basically what's happening here. You can see that this is the case for all of these profitable scenarios. The take profit is always higher than the stop loss. So now let's sort this by the highest profit factor. And let's try, for example, this. Okay, so we already tested this one. Let's go for this, for example. Yeah, so I told you that I will give you an EA that never loses. Well, you can see that this concept is solid. It's like just different type of martingale, which doesn't mean it's bad. Like, also, as I said, this is very, very simple demonstration of the idea. There can be multiple ways of increasing this idea to be something pretty good. Yeah. For an example, we didn't count the trading cost. So if you have any like how is it called, additional cost, so with the spread, for example, yeah, we didn't count that. Of course, also what we didn't count is volatility of the market. So for example, we can filter out the markets when there's low volatility or high volatility. We can use this as a trend following feature, and when using this in a trend, it basically won't lose as much as in a sideways trend. So we can filter out the sideways trend, use it only in a trending market. Therefore, there are a lot of ways how to make this more profitable and better. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. But just to do what I told you I will do, let's just try this. No. Also, a very strange thing for me is that we are hitting, like when I run this backtest, you can see that we hit and we close these positions, so we hit in a loss, but it shouldn't happen. And I think this is basically, yeah, because of the spread, for example, and things like this. So let me just try to do something like this. Okay, so let's just never mind. This is good enough. I showed you how to work with this. If you want to try something like this for on your own, you can, but yeah, it's not that great. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.